Hey BBs, it's Plastic and today I'm back with you guys for another video. How we're all doing today? Hope we're all doing really fierce. In today's video, we're making a video that I did not want to talk about and a video that I never thought I would. I mean, I knew I would probably have to make it sometime, but I'm sad I have to make it this soon. We have the funeral in the mourning process of the OMG Fierce dolls. So sadly, yes, or a couple of days ago, I guess, when this gets posted, Darko has updated us that the OMG Fierce line has been discontinued, which kind of makes sense when you think about it, but it's sad to hear from as a OMG doll collector and a fanatic for these dolls. I'm heartbroken and I'm sad that these dolls are no longer going to be serving the fierce looks that they used to. So I just want to give y'all like a retrospective kind of video and like a proper celebration of life for these dolls because they definitely deserve more than what they got, I think, in terms of hype and shelving and sales and whatever that team may be. I just think they deserved better. I think they were some of the best dolls we've ever gotten from the OMG lineup, the LOL Surprise lineup. They were such a risk to be taken, and I just want to celebrate them. And I know that it's not like they're not like actually dead, like they're just dolls, and it's not that serious. But like sometimes dolls are that serious, and I have to lose my mind over them. So that's what we're doing today. But the Fierce dolls were first seen back in like July of 2022 when they were the celebration, the celebration release of the 707 day. That's kind of the anniversary. And we got those dolls. They were fun. They were exciting. They were different. They were so new for the OMG line. And it was such an exciting thing to see. They were released in Targets, Walmart's, Amazon's, wherever you could find them. And they were $39.99 or $36.99, I think. So like almost $40 for these dolls. It was a little bit crazy, to be honest. Like $40 is a lot, I think, for a doll in a store. Like, I think the $40 price point isn't bad when you compare it to other collector dolls, like the Monster High Hunk Couture and the Rainbow High Jewel Richie doll. Like, that was $80. I don't think $40 is out of the world for a collector doll, but I think it's hard to sell when it's in store with kids and there's other dolls that are cheaper options, you know, just in store. So I think it's the price point definitely just got these dolls. Like, that was just kind of the killer, I think. I've seen so many pictures of these dolls being just fully just stocked in Walmarts and stuff. Like, they've not been going on clearance. They've just been piling up on these shelves. So I understand why they have been canceled, just because of probably like the low sales, like, let's be honest. And I think they did a couple things that I wouldn't have done personally with the Fierce dolls. Like, there are some things that I think kind of also contributed to their low sales. For starters, I think the body was just so different from what we were used to seeing from the OMG line. They used to come on these short little like thicker bodies, and these bodies were definitely more like sketchbooks. Like, they kind of felt like more like model-esque in a way. Like, they're like drawn on paper and like came to real life or whatever. And at first, I honestly didn't like these bodies at all. I definitely grew to love them over time and holding them and feeling them. But it is definitely interesting. These dolls aren't as posable as they look, you know. I have Fierce Lady Diva in my hands right now, and her arms, like, she can't like pose that well with her arm joints. Like, they don't move enough to like really touch her face or anything, and they just can't really like, they're just very clunky. The hands are also just giant, I think. Ooh. Oh, her stand just fell. Her hands are just giant though, I think. And the legs, like, they don't, I guess they do like a little right angle, so it's not that crazy. They also have like articulation in the foot though, which is kind of odd. And I think overall, for a kid, if a kid saw this in stores, like, the body's just very different from an OMG doll. But honestly, as a kid, if I had a bunch of the regular OMG dolls with a normal body, I would definitely not want the new one with the giant body. That's just very hard. I don't know if this doll is easy or hard to play with. I think it would be a little bit more difficult just because like the arm's a little bit more, you know, stiff, I think. And I like the shoes. Like, do the shoes fit the regular ones? I think they probably can share the same clothing to a degree. Like, these definitely don't fit on the regular bodies. I think it was just so different that it didn't really make sense, especially at this point in the OMG line. Like, these should have been an online exclusive, to be honest. Like, I think in stores was kind of the killer. Another issue that I personally had with these dolls were these stands. These stands bases for the Fierce dolls were just giant. When you compare them to the regular ones, as a collector, if you're trying to market these dolls towards the collectors, don't make the stand base giant. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that your doll is on this giant stand. I think this is so tacky and big and stupid and noisy and blah. Because when you're a doll collector, you don't have space. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, we do not have space for anything. We don't even have space to put our breath on. Like, there's no room for air. There's literally nothing. So when you have a doll, like, this base makes no sense. Because I kind of like Frankenstein my bases where I put like a regular base on like the stand. this is like fully 2 dolls in the space of this one stand. So I think I don't like this stance. Like that was I don't know if people like complain about that. Like I know that was a big complaint of mine, was just like a giant stand base makes no sense. I don't know if that was a killer of them or anything, but definitely did not help my view. So I don't even, they're like, I leave those in a bin. Like they don't even stay anywhere near me. So I just kind of put them back on, and it's much more easier to give them a smaller base, to be honest. Like they don't even like the feet aren't big. Like they fit on this perfectly, and it gives more space for other dolls to be displayed. So that was my beef with the stand, is that it's stupid. But besides the core 4 dolls that got redesigned, she does not like it. I've noticed that out of all the dolls that we've seen go on clearance, Lady Diva is never ever the one that is on heavy sales like that. It's always the other dolls besides Lady Diva. And I think the reason she sold super, super well is because she's so fun. She's really, really pink. She's a nice hot shade of pink. I think she stands out the best on the shelf. And she just is the fiercest one in my personal opinion. So I think later down like the line of things, she's definitely gonna be the one to kind of like keep an eye out for. I think she's definitely gonna get a little bit more expensive in like secondhand like life. She really does hate me today. Like that's crazy. She's staying there for the rest of the video. I don't even care. Besides the core 4 of the OMG line that we got kind of for the summertime release, they also introduced Cleopatra for the like fall holiday collector doll, because they usually have like one collector doll, and they definitely dedicated it last year to Cleopatra. This doll was $100, which was a little bit much, I think. I mean, it makes sense. Like the chains on this doll are insane. The amount of detail that goes into her is crazy, Anna. There's so many fun details with this doll that I truly love. But I did not pay $100 for this doll. I paid $25 on Amazon Prime. So I didn't even pay the full price. But for the people who did pay the full price, I think she definitely is worth that. She's a really stunning doll, but $100 on a new kind of line is a lot, I think. And there's not much nostalgia. I think one of the reasons why the Monster High dolls are so successful in like these stupid collector releases is because of how much nostalgia they have. I feel like OMG isn't really at a place right now where they can be nostalgic. Maybe they can, and maybe I'm just delusional, but they're only, what, like 4 or 5 years old, like the OMG dolls. So maybe it's too soon for these to have like a collector doll release like this, but I also think these dolls would have been a lot more successful just online. This doll wasn't on online exclusive, but I think she's just a very busy doll, so maybe that's why she didn't do well. I don't really know why Cleopatra didn't do well. She's a really, really pretty doll. I just think, again, that price tag, it's a lot. I think, again, for like a doll, like $100 for a doll, it's crazy. It's actually really funny though that I say that, like, it's crazy for a doll to be $40 into $100, because I was just raving about how much I love the Vampire Heart Dracula that's set to be $100. So not too much, because I just think it's different, you know. Nostalgia is always a factor, I think, in terms of dolls and buying dolls and consuming dolls. So maybe that's why, but I also think the regular dolls should not have been on store shelves. I think some really great ways to kind of combat the issues that we had with these dolls is just putting them on the regular body, giving them their normal, like giving them the fierce face, and just making them like $30. I think they would have sold amazingly. Give them the regular stands. They could still definitely be special with the new facial screenings. I just think the bodies were just too much for such a short amount of time. And I wish we got more of these dolls. We do have some leaked concepts of some other dolls we were supposed to get, which is Kitty K and Cannylicious. Kitty K is a doll that I definitely would have been super excited to have gotten. She's like an Ariana Grande bubblegum fantasy pop star kind of moment. She's very, very blinged out and bedazzled and very, very fun. I'm not going to post the pictures of like the real dolls, because like the dolls from series 2 of the Fierce line got leaked back in like December of 2020. But they were stolen from like factories, so I feel kind of weird posting pictures of them, but you could definitely find those easily online if you guys just search hard enough. But we have some, again, the official pictures from Darko, which is, I'm thankful for. I think that's nice that we got that HD images of his stunning artwork of this line. Kitty K, I would have loved her. And then we also have Cannylicious, who was a fan favorite. Like, when I tell y'all, every time I open up Twitter and I talk about the Fierce, or not I, but like when someone talks about the Fierce dolls, it's always about Cannylicious. She's amazing. She's very pink. She's very pastel. She's very Candyland moment. She's amazing. So I think she would have done it well, a lot well, to be honest, if we saw her come out. I think the way is that if they ever want to release these dolls, and if they ever want to get these dolls into our hands, because we know that since these dolls were getting stolen from factories, they were definitely in production, right? So if you want to give us the dolls that were in production, like you just want to like put them on the LOL website for just for me, you just want to like post up Kitty K and Cannylicious, like I'd buy them. Just Let me know the date, time, text, whenever. Let me know, and I'll be a little surprise website. I think if these dolls were released, like the Monster High Hunger Tour dolls were released, where they're just online exclusives again, like maybe like you give us like a time window, I would buy them. I would buy them. I would, and I'd be happy to. So maybe one day I'll somehow get Kitty K and Cannylicious if I try hard enough. If I search on AliExpress, maybe someone stole some from me. Who knows? We're gonna get it someday. I don't know how, but we will get those dolls. I promise you, Plastic Nation. But it's definitely sad to see these dolls, like the concepts kind of die out. I think they were amazing concepts of the ones that we didn't get. But I understand why the Fierce dolls kind of don't exist anymore. It's sad. It's definitely sad when you see like other dolls that have somehow lasted far longer than Fierce. Like the junior high dolls are some of the ugliest dolls on the store shelves. None on the surprise dolls are so painfully boring, and yet somehow they get to live. I have to be shady a little bit. I am mourning still the loss of my favorite like OMG spin-off. So I don't know, but I wish we got more of them, and it's fine that we didn't. But I'm happy that and grateful that we at least got something new from the OMG line. I think the Fierce line could have been such a great refresh if it was just handled a little bit differently. Wrapping up today's video, I want to know all your thoughts and opinions on these dolls in the comments below. I'm truly dying to know if you guys collect these dolls, if you don't collect these dolls, and why. I also want to know what characters of the OMG line would you guys have wanted to see in the Fierce doll lineup? What dolls would you guys have wanted to see be Fierceified? I pick Virtuelle and Snowlicious. I think those dolls would have been fierce. Clock it. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It was so much fun with you guys, and hope to see you guys all in the next one. I love you all very much. Stay fierce and stay fun. See you guys soon. Bye. Bye, everybody.